everybody. Welcome to the Founders Chat here with me, Caitlyn Vanderhaeghe, President and CEO of KidStar Nutrients, and we are here on my blog page, This Healthy Mom / This Healthy Caitlyn. So you can find some of my articles and other things on thishealthymom.com. And today I'm extremely excited to be chatting with another founder from here in BC, and it is Rosy Atwal from Maple Organics. We are going to give her some time to join the live. So please let me know where you are watching from today. And also, if you have any questions for myself or for Rosy, make sure you put them in the comments. And we will get started right away. Okay, there we go. How are you, Rosy?
Hi, Caitlyn. How are you?
So good. How are you? Oh, I love your background, your beautiful products.
Yours too. I don't know how you found so much brightness on this rainy day, but you've done it.
I got outside the house and I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's been so beautiful here this last week that I'm going to let it be. So for everybody that's joined us now, today at our Founders Chat, I am talking with Rosy Atwal, the founder and CEO of Maple Organics. We are both, I think you're both from BC, are we not?
Yes, we're both in Vancouver, I think.
There we go. So we're both in our rainy city today, but that's okay. So do let us know where you are watching us from. And if you have any comments throughout the live, make sure you put them down below and we will get to all the questions throughout the live. So I met Rosy a few years ago at the Women in Naturals breakfast. So from that moment on, I think I was converted to your cold chest rub for kids. So I was very happy to have found you at that point. But for everybody out there watching, when did you start Maple Organics?
Well, Caitlyn, it's so funny because I know our stories are so similar, right? Like we're both passionate moms who saw an opportunity to bring betterment for our kids and then therefore everyone's kids. And I think that's what gets me so excited about collaborating with you and working with you is this shared passion that we have to really bring cleaner products to our kids and products that they need. So my journey literally started at 3 a.m. on a night where I heard my infant like congested and coughing, and you know, he had been actually in the hospital a number of times in his first 3 months, and he's having like respiratory issues. And so we went to BC Children's and they're amazing there. But really the only option for us was to administer some pretty serious steroids to open up his airways. So, and you should everybody should do what the doctors say, like do what the doctors say. And that's what we did. But it certainly brought me home and thought, okay, well, what about the times when he has minor irritation? Is there anything that could work, that could help naturally just open up these airways of his that are so irritated? And for us, because it wasn't such an extreme issue, a chest rub would have worked. But at the time when I looked at the chest rubs that were available on the marketplace, there was no way I was going to use them on him because they were full of synthetics and they were full of fragrances and they were full of petroleum and all these different elements. And so that's when I thought to myself, okay, there's got to be a better way. And it's a funny story. I literally called Health Canada.
I love this.
You know, like when you're a new mom, like there's no level to which you won't go for your child.
It's very true.
So it's not unique in any way. So like literally here I am calling out, there's got to be something. Like they can't help me at the drugstore. And they said, you know, there actually isn't. We don't have anything that actually does that we've approved so far in this country. And so this is going back 2013 or so. And so I went ahead and worked with Health Canada in developing this product and bringing it and making it available for Canadian moms. Obviously, it's a very long story since, and now we're, you know, an international brand and we're doing business all over the world, and it's a very different place. But that's how the story started. There was a pain point, and I went to answer it.
No, I love that. And it's funny, before we went on this, I was looking at the Female Entrepreneurs of Canada stats. And it was talking about how female entrepreneurs, yes, they may start with small, medium-sized businesses, but they're so innovative. They've come to solve a problem. They have very innovative products in comparison to their male counterparts, which I thought was very interesting. And it's normally day-to-day life. We want to solve something that's happening in our lives to make it easier for us, for better for us and our families. And you've done it. And also, I know you from relief rubs, basically, is what I always think of you. But when I was on your website today, you have a whole line of adaptogens. You have a drink mix line.
Yeah,
How did that happen?
we do. We over the years, I've just been inspired by things that my family has needed. It's so funny. One of the most helpful products that we actually make is our joint pain relief product, which is an alternative to Voltaren, because so many people use Voltaren and they don't recognize that there is a far better way to have the same medical benefit without a lot of the toxicity.
I should tell my husband about that, because we have that at home. And I think I held it up the other day and I was like, why do we have this in the house?
Yeah.
And he's like, I just needed it when I was at work. And I was like, oh, so now I'll tell him there's a better alternative.
Yeah, and so that's really where it started. And then over the years, it's been recognizing other needs that people have had and other elements that I've needed, my family has needed, my dad, for example, my sisters and brothers and that type of thing. And so that's when these things started to percolate. And so adaptogens it's a really neat space. It's not one that we put a lot of our time and effort into, because our OTC products, like our over-the-counter pharmaceutical products, really do provide something that Canadian and American families don't have access to, which is non-toxic, government-regulated pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. Yeah. And on your website, I think you call it, what was the name? You call it the pharmacy. Ooh, there was a word you used and I was like, that's so good. What is the word? Now I got to look it up. I'm like, the organic pharmacy. That's what it was. I was like, oh yeah, that's so perfect.
Thank you.
I know. We are updating our website right now. So I'm like, every time I see a website, I'm like, oh, I love that. That's such a great idea. They use such good ideas. So there were a few questions that I had down that I did not want to miss. So you did hit a few of them. One of them was, how do you actually go about choosing your products and developing them? So thank you so much for telling us about that one. Where can we find you, and what countries can we find you in?
These are great questions. And Caitlyn, I know you've done such an incredible job with KidStar Nutrients, and I'm so grateful that my niece actually had an iron deficiency. And I immediately went, oh my gosh, KidStar Nutrients has an iron supplement for kids. And so I know that I'm so grateful to share with everyone who's listening today that if you are in Canada, that you can find KidStar Nutrients, and you're now shipping to the US, correct?
Yes. Amazing. Brand new for us. So we're very excited about that, which is why the website is having some updates. Trying to make it all work. It's learning as you go. As soon as you go into a new market, it's like all the other
so much to learn.
Everything new is occurring. So yes, that's amazing. I know iron deficiency is the #1 nutrient deficiency everywhere, and it affects everybody. It's not a socioeconomic issue. It's not always a diet issue. It can hit all of us. So
absolutely.
Yes. Yay. I'm glad that she was able to find a product.
Way to go. So for Maple, you can find our products all across North America. We are launching, actually, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm announcing it here. Okay, this is the official live Instagram announcement of this news. So you heard it here first, folks. We are launching nationally in the US at Sprouts.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Congrats.
Yeah, so we are launching at Sprouts. You can find us all over Southern California. You can find us at, Mother's Markets, which is a fantastic chain of stores. So all over the US and all over Canada. In Canada, you can find us at Loblaws, which is a fantastic place to go and get your groceries and pick up any of our OTC products as well. And then basically anywhere natural products are sold in Canada, you can find Maple Organics.
And for Loblaws, are you in the health and beauty aisle, or are you in the pharmacy?
We're actually in the pharmacy.
Oh, exciting. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
so it's really exciting. The state of mind that a consumer is in when they're in the pharmacy is not one of, hey, let's browse and see pretty things, right? It's really a state of I need this thing.
Yeah.
What can help me? And so that really is that state. But that's where we want to catch you. We want you to know that amongst all of the harsh products that you see there, amongst all of the cringeworthy kind of ointments and things that you see, that there is a gentle, organic, natural solution that will also give you the same efficacy, the same effect as some of those big pharma companies give you, that are regulated. In the US, we are FDA approved drugs, meaning that they're FSA eligible if you're making
Wonderful.
a claim with them.
Yes.
There's a drug code right on the front, and you don't have to be concerned at all that the product isn't going to work because it's stamped by the government. And same thing in Canada. We've got NPN, so everything is regulated by Health Canada and approved to work and to make claims.
That's awesome. And as you know, I always talk about read the entire label. And that's basically what it is. You're giving people an option in the pharmacy section for something better for their families, ingredient wise. It's working. It's important. It's important to read the labels and know what we're putting on ourselves and in our families' bodies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I'm so excited you're in pharmacy. That makes me so happy. Okay, so I want to know, what has been your biggest challenge to date?
So I would say my biggest challenge, so we're going to try to see if I can add, we just wanted to add the other handle here to this call, but it's not working. So our biggest challenge to date, I mean, Caitlyn, you come from a family of, I think you need to accept the other handle.
I'm trying. I'm pushing buttons.
Cool. You're pushing buttons, okay. The biggest challenge, I think, has been, really making sure that you are in a position to grow and,
I was like,
scale.
Turn the one volume, I think, has to go down. Got to mute one.
There we go. Thank you. I think the biggest challenge has been growing at a pace that you can support. So I think that is the biggest thing for any founder, any entrepreneur in any industry. I think that's been the biggest one. So by support, I mean ensuring that you can always provide the best customer service to your customer. And in a lot of times, you hope that your customer is directly your consumer, right? Your direct to consumer business, ordering from your website, you have a direct relationship with that person, you have email addresses, you can ensure that box is packed nicely and it's a great experience for them. But a lot of times your path to the consumer is through another business. So now that customer is actually a business as opposed to the end consumer. And so if you're going to be in that wholesale space, ensuring that both elements of your customer service, both on the consumer end and your B2B end, are going to speak and reflect on your brand.
Yes.
Because B2B is not a faceless business. Like, it is very much about how you show up every day, how you support your brand in store, how you follow through on things, how you make it easy for your business partner to work with you, because every element of friction that you can remove will increase your customer service satisfaction, which then allows you to go back every 6 months and launch new products, try something new, get new promotions, new whatever it is. So I think the biggest thing, to answer the question, is scale at a pace that allows you to keep your customer service at the forefront.
Yeah. No, you are like hitting all the points. It's, people always forget too how big Canada is and how spread out we are and our population size, and being in all those B2B spots, like the small independent stores across the country, and making sure you keep that level of engagement and the customer service level for the store and the consumer. It's a lot of work, and it can get away from you very quickly if you don't have the proper team in place and the structure set up.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm sure you've experienced the same thing with KidStar.
Yeah. So see, I think we're just started year 4. So we launched in 2020. And of course, the first year and a half, we weren't allowed to go anywhere. Yeah. So it was a very interesting, humbling experience of trying to do everything from an office desk. And then now being able to get out there and swapping the whole plan around. So it's challenging because also we have families at home. So, you have to make sure you're dividing your time properly. And, right now we have spring hockey and baseball and, the things happening. So you're like, okay, half my brain is organizing this. And then the other part is making sure that everything on the other side for business is is running smoothly. And sometimes, they collide and you can do nothing about it.
It's I'm really glad that you touched on that. I'm a single mom with two boys, and like your girls, they play sports, and I'm really invested in their academic success and their athletic success, and running a business full time, and then obviously just operating the house,
Yes. Oh,
which is
yes. Oh,
we do not give. Yeah, we just don't give enough respect to what it takes to run a home, and so I think to have like a real honest conversation with yourself about what is a passing grade, and then being happy with that passing grade. Because the reality is, to hit an A+ in all of those, it's going to come at a cost to you mentally and physically that is honestly probably not worth it. So I think as an entrepreneur, and sometimes as moms, I think sometimes we get into like, and I love it when moms do this. It's like, it's not perfect, but it's good enough.
yes.
And I think we need to give ourselves a lot more credit for, you know what? Your lunch is in your bag, your library book's there, like, go. You can shower tomorrow. I don't know. Like,
I know.
go.
It was funny. This morning I showered for you and blow dried my hair. And in the car, I was laughing to myself. And I'm like, it's a good thing I had an Instagram Live. It forced me to get up earlier and have a shower while the kids were getting ready. And I'm like, but like things you don't even think about. You're like, okay, well, I'm planning my shower because I have an Instagram Live, and we have baseball this week, so I don't really need to have clean hair for that. So you're right. It's choosing what's important, getting those things done, letting the rest just be. Because I am not the person to let it be. It's been very hard for the last 3 years to be like, okay, I can pass that off, and okay, my husband does the grocery shopping, and so, but it's still in the back of my head is, what did we buy? Like, so it's hard to even pass off some things that need to be passed off because we can't. My mind is like this. And then, I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I didn't sign that permission form. And then you're like, where is the permission form? So it's tough. It's tough working from home. It's tough running a business. It's just all the levels of it. And you're right. As moms, parents, everything, we should, no matter what you're doing for work, we need to give ourselves some grace.
Absolutely give ourselves some grace. And, if you have a dream and you are out there and you do have a passion for something, and there is something that you really care about, certainly, don't look at, hopefully you don't look at, what my life would look like and will I be overwhelmed. Instead, look at it like, you know what? I didn't have kids and now I have kids. I didn't have a husband, now I have a husband. I didn't have a big house and now I have a big house. Everything comes. So, give yourself that grace that this is something you could handle too, if that's what you're really passionate about. Like, don't be afraid to start. And if you're in it, you're doing it. Sometimes we joke here at the office, like we joke, we're just like, and we made it through another day. And that in itself is success. Like, we made it through another day. So
100%. We make comments like that all the time where it's, you laugh and you look out and you're like, what's happening today? What day is it? Actually, yesterday I said, is it Tuesday? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, it's only Tuesday. It was just one of those days that just didn't end. But I do have two more really important questions before we go. So, okay. Have you been part of any programs, either in Canada or the US, either incubator or just programs in general for the business, that you actually would recommend that you felt you got your worth out of?
I think it depends on what everyone's goal is, and what they are looking for in an incubator or a particular kind of coaching cohort. If you're super early stage to the point that you don't have a packaged product, there are some really cool programs out there. There's one at Target. I think it's the Target Accelerator. Maybe it's called Forward Founders. You'll have to look on the Target website. But they're very good at helping you figure out packaging, logistics, how to order things, how to really get your idea from concept to like monetizable commercial product. That's one I would really recommend. The other one is there's one at Macy's. It's called The Workshop at Macy's. fantastic if you're in apparel, fashion, design, beauty. Certainly if you're in beauty, I would recommend that you look into that. What I felt, what's great about their program is they actually teach you a lot of the financials,
Okay.
which I think is always something that we can always, sharpen our skill set on. So those are two that I think are fantastic. And I think, Caitlyn, you've done a couple
Yes.
as well, right?
Yeah. I was part of the Lenovo/Goody Nation. So Goody Nation's out of the US, but they do North America. And that one has a great community as well. Once you finish the program, like they keep on the Slack channel, and it's constantly, giving advice and helping answer questions. So that one was good for already in the market. And then also, actually needing help with certain areas. Like I need a new CRM, or I need a new accounting software. What have you used? And that platform and that community has been great. And then here in Canada, I participated in Venture Park Labs, which is out of Calgary. And that program was also awesome. I left with a great community of friends from the industry, and also some good mentors to help elevate and, get the word out about the brand. But you're right. It depends what level you're at. And I know there's a lot of programs in the US more than Canada for female-owned companies, or majority female, and some grants too that go around it. So even just giving a good Google for your type of company, and if you are a minority or female-owned, add it in the title and see what pops up. Because I said this to I spoke to the as an alumni for Venture Park, and I said, the biggest thing is community. And you're going to be at trade shows in other countries. You're going to be by yourself a lot. You're going to be here and there. And if you can message the group and be like, hey, I'm in Anaheim, anybody here? And it's nice to know that you have people around you that you can have a drink with at the end of the day, chat about your stories, and, and move forward together.
Yeah, you really hit on an important point. Entrepreneurship can be lonely. Mm-hmm. And you do want to connect with other founders as much as you can. Sometimes it just takes courage in a lot of ways to introduce yourself to another founder and ensure that they, connect with you and they see you and you see them in a way that's complementary and can really create a lasting relationship. So accelerators like that are a great way to create that community. But if you're not fortunate enough to either get accepted or to, be able to take the time that it takes to attend an accelerator, even if you're doing craft shows, like go and talk to other people and add them to a group chat. And, if you do the Sullivan Craft Fair in Surrey and, you do it again, like those little things, that's how the community starts, and that's how your brand really builds. And so don't ever think about it as, I'm not there yet, or, oh, that sounds so big, or, whatever. Community starts with two people and it goes from there. And so build it from there, and you'll be shocked at how valuable that is in the long run as well. Like if you're starting a venture, like whatever your venture is, whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to be with you for a very, very long time. Yes. So this is part of your history. This is part of your story, and be grateful for every day, because it's never going to be the same again. Right?
That is very.
There's always like the next level, then the next scale, then the next whatever, and then it's never that. And there's a certain simplicity and a beauty to those early days. So enjoy them, as painful as they are at times. Enjoy the simplicity and the beauty of that.
Yeah. And so I have one more question for you before we do a little, make sure we all know how to contact each other. So you launched in 2013?
No, I actually launched in 2020 during COVID, okay. But I developed that product back in 2013.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. So in the next 5 years, where do you see Maple Organics?
Well, I'm hoping that Maple Organics is a brand that consumers, moms especially, know of and hear of and feel confident in the comfort that maple provides them. I guess we can use more marketing terms. So I guess the marketing term would be, I hope we have a household penetration of 80% and our bullseye target consumer of, da-da-da-da-da-da. But it's really more about, can this brand create a level of comfort and nurturing for a consumer who is looking for a real need in the medical space to go and say, here's a brand that I trust because it was started by a mom like me, or a woman like me, who had a similar need, who uses the scrutiny and the ideals given to her by her mom and the ancestors and the family and the tradition that came in, you know, natural healthcare from India, which is really about using the earth to manage our bodies, but did it in a way that's scientifically valid and proven and effective, and there's no cutting on quality. It's going to be to the standard that I want here in America or in Canada, and be able to come to that brand whenever they need. So that's really my biggest goal, is in 5 years, can I create that brand, and can I create a community of women that can come around this brand to help spread that gospel.
I love that. And now that you're launching in Sprouts, I can just see this, it's going to just take off. And in the next 5 years, I think you're going to be maybe in another country, expanding again, is what my outlook is. I think you're going to be, you know, Canada's going to be saturated, the US is going to be saturated, you're going to be on to Europe, and everyone's going to know Maple Organics. I'm very excited to watch you grow.
Thank you, Caitlyn. That's so inspiring. And obviously, you know, same thing for you. Like, I'm so excited to see where KidStar Nutrients goes. This is so exciting. The fact that you're shipping to the US now that's no minor feat. I know that. You are sending like medicine into a country that is highly regulated. Yeah. So I'm really excited for you.
Thank you so much. And I want to make sure everyone knows your website. Also, I noticed you have an affiliate program for any of the bloggers on the call that are listening. They do have an affiliate program, so that is very exciting. So your website is mapleorganics.com.
Yes, and we have probably one of the richest affiliate programs available. We pay back 20%.
Oh, wow, awesome.
On any endorsement for the brand that leads to a clickable sale on our site, and those funds just go straight back to your PayPal. So it's quite frictionless. And again, the intent is just to help us spread the word about organic, safe, and effective products.
I love it. And then your Instagram, you are at Rosy Atwal, and then it's at Maple Organics is the company one as well, right?
That's correct.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm very excited. Oh, and then if you're on LinkedIn, you're on LinkedIn.
I am on LinkedIn, yes. Follow me on LinkedIn, Rosy Atwal, and follow our company as well, Maple Organics.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next trade show that we will be at together. I feel like we do the same little circuit. So
we do. We really do.
Either that or an airport somewhere. We seem to do that as well.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being part of the Founder Chat today. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for Maple Organics and you, Rosy.
Thank you, Caitlyn. And I wish you the best, and I wish KidStar Nutrients the best. I will make sure that everyone here on my following knows about KidStar Nutrients, because again, you've meant a lot to our family. Again, that iron supplement for kids is amazing, and I think that there's just so much opportunity for kids to be supplemented well, to make sure that their nutrition is wholesome and, you know, providing them everything that they need. And I think you're just doing such incredible work. So thank you for everything you're doing for all of our families, Caitlyn.
I appreciate
it. Really appreciate you.
You too. Thank you so much, Rosy.
Thanks.
Have a great day, everybody.
Take care.